Hi, welcome to your grounding meditation. My name is Belle. If you haven't practiced with me before, I'm super excited to bring you this beautiful grounding meditation for you to practice whenever it is that you need to call yourself back into your own presence. You know what happens when we are busy, when we just let life get in the way. We get to a point in our lives where we can start to feel very drained. We can start to feel like our life is living us rather than the other way around. So, what I want to do is begin the practice of finding ourselves in this beautiful place. So, begin to take a few gentle breaths. Begin to find yourself in the space that you're in. You might even like to close your eyes or just let your eyes lower. I think it's important that we take our time as we move into a meditation practice because so often we can find that we just don't give ourselves enough space. And I want you to have some space tonight in your practice. I think it's very important that we acknowledge the segment that we are in at this point. And this segment is all about you calling yourself back and allowing yourself to finish the day feeling embodied and feeling within yourself. So, find a comfortable seated position. I'm on the floor. You might prefer to lay down. You might prefer to sit down in a chair. I would ask that you remain upright if you have a tendency to fall asleep, because I often say to my students, it's not meditation if you're sleeping. That's called sleeping. And quite often, sleeping is exactly what you need to do. But if you want to begin to call your energy back in an intentional way, if you want to feel grounded in an intentional way, then you're going to need to stay awake for this one. So I'm seated, my legs are crossed. You might find that that hurts, maybe knees, ankles, hips. So you can have your legs outstretched. You can place a cushion under your knees. You might sit in a chair, but don't lean and slouch. I want you to keep your back straight as much as you can and draw the chin downwards. What that'll do is actually elongate the back of the neck, and it helps to open up the throat space, which means that you can actually draw in more breath. And as you draw in more breath, I want you to drop down into the lower ribs, into the upper belly area. And I want you to feel those lower ribs gently expanding. As you breathe in and as you breathe out, draw the ribs back. So let's focus on this for a few moments. Breathing in, rib cage expands. Breathing out, rib cage comes back together. So we're looking at the lower ribs here, not the upper ribs. We don't want to see the upper chest moving too much. So if you're breathing, it's too much. That's a different kind of practice. Equally beneficial, but not for the purposes of tonight. So your breath drops down into the lower ribs. The upper chest remains quite still. And the movement happens in the lower ribs, the upper belly, gentle expansion as you breathe in, gentle contraction as you breathe out. Let's do that a few times. Breathing in, belly, ribs expand. Breathing out, ribs come back. Belly draws back. As you drop more fully into yourself with your out breath. Now I'm going to encourage you as you continue to breathe in this way, to breathe through your nose as much as you can. And let's begin to slow the breath right down. Breathing in for 4 or 5 or 6. Breathing out for 6, 7, 8. And simply allow yourself to drop into the rhythm of your extended breath. And enjoying that feeling as you breathe out, where you drop more deeply into yourself. Shoulders will drop back away from the ears. You'll relax any tension through the back, through the belly, through the hips, legs. And begin to find that quiet place inside where you simply focus on your breathing, enjoying that good feeling of inner attention just for a few moments. You're doing very well, breathing gently and allowing the unfolding of your breath. Allowing you to drop into yourself. So let's begin to deepen the experience now. As you breathe in, if your eyes haven't closed or lowered at this point, I encourage you to do so now. And let us imagine on the next out breath that we're dropping our awareness all the way down to the base of the spine. And then dropping an anchor from the base of our spine down into the earth. Drop that anchor all the way down into the center of the earth and let it hitch into the center of the earth at your earth heart chakra. Literally dropping yourself into the center of the earth so that you might find your groundedness, your stability, your safe space to drop in right here. And as you breathe in, gather your awareness of your breath. And as you breathe out, drop down deeper into the center of the earth and allow your imagination to play a little. I wonder what you believe is at the center of the earth. Some people say it's lava. Some people say it's a crystal. Some people say concrete. Some people, myself included, I always see a natural landscape. I always see a river, I see beautiful green rolling hills. Whatever it is that you see, it is enough. We're playing with the imagination space here and we're allowing ourselves to dwell in this safe, held, welcoming place. And from in this place, I want you now to imagine right in the center of your body, just above your belly button, you're calling back energy strands that you've let out over the day. And you might even see it spreading out like tentacles out into the world, because as we connect with people in person or on social media or on email or on telephone, we will actually begin to send out our energy strands as we connect. So I'm asking you now just to imagine calling those strands back one by one, or sometimes it all happens all at once. Every person you've spoken to today, call the energy back that you didn't need to give away. Keep calling it back one by one by one. And imagine that energy going back into the center of your being, into your solar plexus. Breathing deeply as you call that energy back to yourself. And now let's move behind us now into the back body. And all of the strands of energy that you let seep out without your awareness. Start to focus here in your back body and get a sense. What did you let out without your awareness? Just call back that energy now. Maybe into the shoulders, between the shoulder blades, maybe into the middle back or the lower back. What did you let seep out without your awareness? Just call it back. Breathe deeply as you do this, and as you breathe out, let yourself settle a little more into your seat, into your sit bones. And it's as simple as saying to yourself, I now call back all the energy I have let out without my knowledge and awareness. I now call back all that returns to me in perfect timing and in a perfect way. And now move your awareness up into your head. Just spend a few breaths here with your awareness in your head. Oftentimes it's very busy. The mind tends to be very, very busy. Always thinking about things, always planning a few steps ahead, always worrying about what's happened or what might never happen. So come up into your head with your awareness. And I want you to imagine that you're putting on a beautiful cap of golden light onto your head. And this golden light represents calming and soothing and safety and ease and grace and peace. Just imagine putting on a beautiful golden cap of light over your head now to help remind you that you do not have to focus on anything but this present moment right now. Worrying about the past or being anxious about the future won't change anything. But in this present moment, you can call yourself back into presence with all that you are in this very moment. So call in that golden cap of light, place it over your head. Breathe gently as you pull all of yourself back into this moment in time. Now imagine that cap of light is actually starting to flow all the way over you like a waterfall. Let it cascade over the front and the sides and the back of you, all around you, so that you're completely enveloped in golden light. Let your imagination run free here. Be childlike, be creative, be expansive. And remember that the more you practice visualizations and playing with your imagination, the easier it becomes. It begins to unlock the third eye. Breathe gently. Place one hand on the heart space. Feel the warmth of your hand on the heart space. And as you breathe and have your intention focused here on the heart space, repeat these words silently to yourself. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be free of suffering. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be free of suffering. Take your time here. Breathe deeply. When you feel ready, opening your eyes, coming back into the room. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.